Hello, and welcome back to Jungle Gym Reptiles. Today we're going to be talking about crested geckos. Now, we have two crested geckos in our collection. We have a boy and a female, boy and girl, however you want to say it. We have been experimenting with cohabitation just because it's more convenient for us. There's a lot of people in the crested gecko community that are against cohabitation because they can be territorial in crested gecko sense for food and space and warmth and heat and everything like that. But we're trying it out because we plan on breeding them, and we thought it would be easiest to do that together just growing up. First off, you're going to need a very large or fairly decent vertical cage for your crested geckos. Now, this one is the skyscraper model from Exoterra, and they are awesome. I love Exoterra. It has this nice little lock down here that locks, and you just pull this open. Or you can get another model over here that is almost the same thing, and this would be just fine for one crested gecko. Now, this is probably what the crested gecko experts would say for one crested gecko, but you could get away with this for one crested gecko. Now, you're going to want to make sure you have a lot of objects in there for them to climb up and down to get as close to the UVB basking light as possible. Now, that is what you're going to want, is a UVB basking light. You want them to have that UVB as well as some heat and sunlight going into their enclosure. You're also going to want to make sure they stay misted. Now, as you can see, I'm working on an issue up there with their misting system because it doesn't quite plug in to the misting port because of that back foam fixture, although they love that foam fixture, so we are trying to hang on to it. Now, you can fix that problem easily with a spray bottle. Now, let me screw this shut real quick, and you can probably see we already have the male up there in the corner. And all you're going to have to do to not have a misting system is do this a few times a day. Just go in there, mist their whole cage down so there's plenty of water dripping from different surfaces. Now, I don't need to completely moisturize it because they have a mister. Now, it doesn't get full misting in there. I still do a mixture of both. But secondly, you're going to want to be their diets. Now, crested geckos can eat insects and they can eat fruit. Now, primarily you want those insects to be mealworms, dubias, or mainly crickets. Now, we feed ours mainly crickets, but we do feed them mealworms sometimes. They weren't very interested in the dubias, but you also want to feed them fruit because they're a very fruit-based gecko. Unlike other geckos that mainly live in desert climates, crested geckos live in a jungle climate. They are from New Caledonia in the Pacific Ocean, and they are very good at hiding. As you can see, he is hiding out right there. That is our boy, and how we can tell he is a boy is looking right under there and seeing that little bulge right there underneath his tail. That's how we know he is a boy. Inside this enclosure, we have Link and Zelda, and they cohabitate together, and like I said, our goal is to eventually have them breed. Now, let me see if he will come out for me. He's not really into it right now. Now, they are jumpers, so you got to realize that. So I'm keeping my thumb right back here. I'm not putting a lot of pressure, just gently pressing down so he knows don't jump away from me. You can see they're really cool geckos, really, really cool. They got really cool head shapes, and they got these spikes that run along their head. And they look like dragons almost. It's really cool. But they also have claws, but they have sticky feet because their claws aren't very long. It's not really the claws that they use to jump and stick onto stuff. See, now he wants to jump back to where I grabbed him from. So we're going to and let him show us what he does. See? And so his tail right here is sticky too. Along with those claws, they have a sticky membrane on the bottom of their tail as well as the palms so that they can jump and stick onto stuff. They're not using their claws to grab onto stuff. They're using the claws to stay. The stickiness is what helps them stick onto stuff. That's why you can see them when you have them in your enclosures. You'll see them going up and down the glass because they can do that. They can stick and move up and down the glass, almost like a spider, almost like Spider-Man, you know, if that's what you want to go with. As we can see over here, you want to make sure you have a perch up in the air for them to drink and eat from. Now, it looks like they've drank all their water and then they pooped in it, but that is their food perch where I just put fresh food in. And as you can see, the male loves to get in the bowl and then walk on the glass, as you can see right there. Oh, this is what you will want to buy for your Crested geckos mixture. As you can see, this is a mix between bananas, mangoes, and berries, and you can find this at your local pet stores, Petco, PetSmart, whatever local stores you have. Now this is made by ZooMed, and this is very nutritious for them. It has all those ingredients on it, lots of ingredients. Now, it gives the proper ingredients that you want and nutritions that you want for them to stay nice and healthy. Now, when you feed your Crested geckos crickets, you will want to make sure that you put calcium on them, just so you know that they're getting that calcium intake that they need. They are really awesome animals, and there's not much more to say about them. This enclosure is not bioactive yet, unlike that enclosure, our white tree frog enclosure, but my plan is to have it bioactive eventually. You want to make sure they have a hide in the back, and we are thinking about putting a water area for them down low just when they are on the ground. Now, most of the time you'll see them up in the air, staying near the heat where they want to be, but when they don't want to be up there, you want to have a hide down below where they can go cool down. Now, you can also add a hide somewhere hanging up, which we plan to, for them to get like that medium temperature. But like I said, you want to make sure you got plenty of sticks and everything. Now, this enclosure isn't perfect for them yet. We plan on getting it perfect, but it's getting there. I do have some moss spread across the ground right there, but that is about it for Crested geckos. It sounds like a lot to take care of, but when you have everything together, it is really simple. Just make sure you mix their food, make sure you watch them, make sure they're actually eating, as well as getting them crickets and mealworms as well if they show interest in it. That is everything I have to talk about today, and I appreciate everyone following me on this journey. I am hoping to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and if you're new here, please feel free to give this video a like, and if you liked this video, I would love the support of getting to that goal of 100 subscribers. And for those that are returning, if you liked this video, please comment what your favorite part about the video is and what other reptiles you would like to see in my collection. I have plenty of them for us to see, and thank you very much and have a great day.